Hello, this is Cuckoo, and this is, oh, there you go. This is the OP-1. It's a magical synthesizer from Teenage Engineering. Today, I'd like to release a package of sample patches from the OB-6, Oberheim Dave Smith collaboration project. It's a massive synthesizer, and I got some hands-on time at Super Booth earlier this year and decided to chop up that recording I made and see if I can make any proper presets. And I think I can, because some of those sounds are just really, really cool. So, yeah, let me just go through all of the sound and see what it sounds like. Okay, so here we are, the OP-1, and I've preloaded it with samples already. And one thing you'll notice is that there are quite a few patches, a lot of them actually. And so chances are that your OP-1 might get full in the process. In order to make space, there is a limit to how many sample patches the OP-1 can take. I think it's 42 as of the current operating system. I believe that there is no point of setting that limit other than to make sure that there is space for those samples, because a sample patch can be 12 seconds long, no longer, but it can be shorter. That means that if they're shorter, there should be space for more presets, and maybe this will change in the future. I hope so you can fit in many more sample patches in there if the OP-1 can calculate the sizes. But as of now, there is space for 42 sample patches, and I can't remember now if the sample patches and the sample drum patches share the same memory. I can't. But what I'm saying is, make space for these patches, put them on there, try them out, and when you know which one you like and which one you don't like, just remove the ones you don't like and put back your old favorites again. So, okay, let's go. I divided it up into two groups: synth patches and drum patches. Let's go through the drum patches first. Drum, shift and any of these slots, like 1, to get into the load page. So I created 8 drum patches, and I'm calling this whole release the OP-6. Now I can see that I forgot to write it there. It says OB-6 kit. I'm going to call it OP-6 kit. Yeah. So first kit is called Arpan, and I put two kicks in there just to spice it up a bit. This is actually an arpeggiator found in OB-6, and I found it quite nice. So I decided to cut it up and chop it up. So this works particularly well with this endless arpeggio. So I could do like kick. Okay, I played it. I hold it. Maybe even yeah, something like that. I think it's quite nice, and yeah, maybe even with a reverb, it'll be even cooler. Yeah, that's quite nice. So okay, the next kit is called, I'm gonna turn off the next kit is called Dubba. Most of the kits are made out of sounds that were particularly cool as an arpeggiator sequence. So this is one of those sounds. maybe it doesn't make sense, you know, if you play it like this, but if you make a sequence again, and maybe even with maybe a punch. Maybe I use that master reverb again. Yeah, I think it's kind of cool. And okay, the next one, I'm gonna turn off the reverb again. Probably can't turn it on again. The next one is called Needle Pie. Yeah. Yeah, kind of like that one. And the next one is called Blinky. Again, one of those arpeggiator that turn out, yeah, kind of nice. I'm gonna do a sequence again. You know, this one is divided up into like chord progression sections. So you can hear it. Maybe first will be around here, and then here, like that. Oops. You know, when you're making a sequence, you can also make pauses by pressing the right arrow and the left arrow to go back again. So you could do like this. Oh, sorry. Hold. Okay. Pause, pause, pause. Pause. Back again. No. Okay. Yeah, just a little tip. So, and okay, the next one is called Tiny Feed. Oh, there's some duplicates there. What's going on? Well, I'll fix it. Okay. This, I was unsure how to do this because I just found this sound to be so cool. If I play all of this sound, I'm going to show you what it sounds like. And it's kind of this micro delay physical modeling bathtub sound. So I just just didn't, well, it's there, so there you go. Okay, the next one is called Trance X, and it sounds like this. same thing with an arpeggiator. This could be cool. Maybe. And one big difference between the drum sampler and the synth sampler is the way it interpolates, or not interpolating when you pitch samples. Like in the drum sampler, things are getting really gritty when you when you pitch it down like this. You can hear the grittiness because it doesn't interpolate. So that means that all the sample points is just not interpolated into a smooth curve, and that results in this gritty thing, which is cool. But in this sampler, and the synth sampler, it's interpolated, so it gets a little smoother. Okay, gonna turn off that filter again, and dish. And the next one is called Trance X. All of these sounds are straight from the OB-6. I haven't really applied any. All I've done is change the volume, so there's no EQ or compressor or anything. These are quite raw, but then the OP-1 has its own way of presenting sound, so it doesn't sound exactly like on the OB-6. It's flavored by the OP-1. Yeah, kind of this trancey thing. Okay, the next kit is called Voodoo. This could be really nice with that reverb again. Maybe even longer. I notice some of the sounds on the OB-6 is particularly saturated in the bass. So sometimes I feel like the need of cutting away a bit of those things. You know, it all depends on the mix and what you're going after. Maybe not this extreme, but yeah. Okay, so these were the drums. Let's head over to the sampler patch synth thing. So, yeah, I haven't even counted it. I think there's about 30 or something. So, first one is called. Well, I'm gonna turn this off. First one is called Axle T. Yeah. And most of the samples, maybe not most of them, but some of them, I've actually cut out a portion of them, so there is sometimes more to play around with. This one I'm playing from the start, but if you want like a... You can play around with them. Okay, the next one is called... It's kind of built-in echo. The next one is called Flow That. It's really saturated down in the lower mids. As you can hear, I added a reverb. Yeah, the next one is called Flow This. Yeah, the next one is called Fructis. Well, I don't know what to do with it. I think it sounds cool. Maybe, you know, you could play around with changing the starting point, for instance. Maybe, maybe you could do some spring. Epic stuff. Yeah. So the next one is called Gecko. The next one is called Hollow. And by the way, I'm sure that the OB-6 team has proper names for the patches that these are based on, and since I don't have the OB-6, sorry, most of them are changed a little bit anyway, so I don't mean to capture the show here, but I just gave them some names. Okay, the next one is called Clanker. I don't know. Next one is called Little Lad. Kind of this classic synth thing. So the next one is called Obastic. Maybe you could benefit from some punch. Yeah. So with very little change, you could change these sounds into the way you want them to sound. Okay. The next one is called Over Under. So, for instance, yeah. Well, okay. The next one is called Obersmith. Yeah. Next one is called OBS. OBS. Yeah. Next one is called Pecco. And with that reverb again. Too much. Too much. More damp. Maybe. Okay. Yeah. And the next one is called Plucko. I like it clean like this. This particular sound is like has some physical graininess to it. Well, there you go. The next one is called Punch Face. The next one is called Sandman. Yeah, Sandman. Next one is called Stern Face. Yeah, next one is called Swept Away. Maybe shorter. Yeah, okay. The next one is called Goatee Blade. By the way, when I turn on the reverb on the master section, you can hear that it's a stereo effect, but when it's on the synth engine, it's a mono effect. So if you're recording something into your songs or something, in your computer, take a look at the master effects, because some of them are richer than if you put the effects on the actual synth. So this, for instance. Yeah, the next one is called The Knife. I'm gonna turn off the master effect again. It's not the knife, but I got inspired. Sometimes I turn on this, the nitro, because it has a sort of exciter. Even though I don't do much, I just pull this a little bit, and the settings are just... It adds a little brightness and brilliance to it. Maybe a bit too much sometimes, but I thought it was cool to do that. Okay, next one is called Tin Tom. Oh. Yeah, very nice little sound. The next sound I called Tom Pom. Yeah, nice. The next one is called Tom's Hope. Yeah, next one is called Tom's Mom. If, in case you're wondering what the heck I'm calling everything Tom, it's because Tom Oberheim made the OB-6 together with Dave Smith, but it's really Tom Oberheim's sort of comeback. So kudos to Tom Oberheim. This is Tom's Mom. Very saturated, and also with some automated optional. Yeah. Next one is called yeah, how many are we? Yeah, Tom's Ramble. Yeah. And to achieve this, I made some randomness. And I mean, without the randomness, it's pretty crazy anyway. But in order to kind of jump around in the setting and make it sort of appear as it did when I was playing it. Yeah. And the next one is called Tom's Vacuum. I thought it sounded like a vacuum cleaner. I mean, some of these sounds are so saturated, so it's kind of difficult to play chords, but it makes perhaps more sense to just play one sound. Yeah. The next one is called Tracy. Yeah, Tracy. Now, this is called Tub Tick. Next one, underbass. Is it like if you don't have a proper sound system or headset, you probably can't hear this. Yeah. Ooh, it's bassy. Next one is called You Piece Me. Perhaps with that stereo thing again. So yeah, I believe that was the last one. Yeah, some duplicates there. I don't know what's going on. Yeah, so this is like the OP-6 package for the OP-1. If you're interested in these samples and you want to download them, so I want you to know that everyone who supports me over at Patreon, regardless of how much you want to support me with, is having access to all my downloads and is also helping to fund my my living and the way. The thing is, I want to keep doing these patches, tutorials, and all of these things, and interviews with interesting synth-related music people. And there's a lot of people who has already chosen to support me over at Patreon, and because of that, because of all your help, you're helping me do this more and more and better at a higher pace. So yeah, if you want to support me, there's a way to do that. And also, if you want to download my patches and all that, go support me at Patreon. Cool. That's all. This is the OP-1, and the package is called OP-6, and it's the sounds from the Oberheim Dave Smith collaboration synth called the OB-6. So, cool. Peace out. Any questions? Hit me up in the comments. I try to answer as much as I can, but yeah, sometimes some questions slip through, or sometimes it's just something I can't answer. But cool. Peace out. Stay true.